Hi, Matt. Hi, Amy.
Hi,
Good
Rebecca.
to see you today.
Great to see you.
Yeah, I'm with Matt and Amy White, and Matt was the founder of Shield Bearer Counseling Centers
We were, yes.
way back in 2005, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
God had a great plan, and we didn't know it yet.
No. How did you come up with the idea to start a counseling center? That's a big mission.
Yeah, so I think originally, we recognized some friends and good friends of ours that were having some issues. In fact, there were 5 families that were going through some marital problems. And we've kind of just always been, both of us individually and as a couple have always been people that others come to for advice or guidance. I don't know why. It's one of those gifts that God's given us, I suppose. But they were coming to us for advice, and we just started asking, where's the resources for people to get help? What's available out there in our churches and our community for people to get the help they need. And, so we started questioning that and looking into that and praying about it because we felt like God was really calling us into something different, something that maybe didn't exist, or at the very least, didn't exist enough,
Right.
So we started to pray about it and do our research and look into it.
Well, and we even went the route of, am I supposed to go to Bible college? Am I supposed to be in ministry? And we even explored that, and we even said, God, if that's what we're supposed to be, then you have to change our hearts and make us what you want us to be. And then with people that were in our lives, just with so much trauma going on, and that trauma can look like anything.
Right.
But they didn't want to go to a counselor that was in their church, and then see them on Sundays, and so.
And certainly there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no, there's a place.
There's a place.
for sure.
Absolutely.
But also
Absolutely.
a lot of people prefer the confidentiality, the anonymity to go to a separate location, a separate place.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, being able to afford it, what does that look
Absolutely.
like? So then, Matt and the Lord and other geniuses came up, with the sliding scale and, have some skin in the game, but, pay what you can afford. And
Well, you've probably heard it, So money is not an obstacle to get the highest level of care you need.
That is
So-
what
At
we
Shield Bearer.
do at Shield Bearer.
Our
That's
call is come.
Come.
We'll figure out the finances. Just get here and get the help you need.
Do not suffer alone.
Right.
There are people who
Yeah.
are available for you.
yes, and a big part of what Matt's heart was for men, Satan's trying to take out the family, and so still has a big heart for men, and leading their families, and what does that mean? What does that look like in the Lord? And so we kind of were really looking at that piece too, but yet with the whole family you need counseling, and so anyway, so that was a big piece of it, and just where God has taken this and the people that He, it's the hands and feet of you guys in the field every day. It was nothing like we had. It was beyond our imagination.
Right.
So, God just has kept the doors open, and it's amazing.
So you
It's amazing.
started, with some seed money to open an office, and you had your first clinical director that you worked with, right, Matt? And then
So
went from there.
someone offered to seed us $10,000 to open the
Okay.
doors.
Okay.
Which is not very much money,
No.
when you think about all your expenses and hiring staff and so on.
Right.
But we stepped out on faith with that and found a person who had some similar goals to help people to be our clinical director. Then she hired our first counselor with her.
Tell about the building, how much we got the office space for.
Yeah, we got a small office space, but it was $1 a square foot a month, so it was like
Hello.
$450,
Impossible.
and it's
Amazing.
like God, what's amazing is, and I shared this with you before, but there was many times, and it still happens, but there have been many times where we need $20,000 to pay our bills.
Right.
But this week, by Friday, I need $20,000,
Right.
Roy or even Thad, I've called and said, and I'm like, I don't know how we'll get that. I don't know where that's coming from. And then literally by Friday, we have a check for the exact amount in the mailbox. Wasn't expected. Didn't,
Or several checks that equal that.
That equal
yeah.
that. That's,
and God's always been there
Been that
and fulfilled
provision.
His promise. Which
Yeah.
is, and we've said, God, if you want this open, do it, because I don't know what to do. I don't know what else I can do. And He always has showed up, and He's proven that to us for 15 years now that He's got this.
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's incredible.
So you started a lot with the marriage, helping with marriage and family, but Shield Bearer really serves people with all kinds of mental health issues. And that is one thing that's been astonishing for me to learn. People who've experienced human trafficking, survivors of that, people who have been abused, veterans, people with PTSD,
Trauma.
Definitely.
even some homeless people in the homeless population.
Right. Yeah, just individuals, marriage, teens that Joyce was talking
Teens,
about.
right.
And really just, and if we can't serve, then we have so much, people that we can reach out to, as y'all know, to, we'll find you a place if it's,
Right.
or if we've just served a piece of what they need, to help them move on to wherever they need to go. It's just amazing.
It is amazing. Do
Well,
have
you
a-
guys are amazing. It's
Oh.
God's just it's so awesome how this tapestry,
I like
of life or just whatever
Yeah.
whatever we're involved with, He just puts the right people at the right time. And then if people need to go, but they were there at the right time, so it's
Right.
it's really cool.
Right. Do you have a long-term vision for Shield Bearer to keep on?
Yeah, well, now telemedicine, maybe this is even more. I've lost
We
the
have a
words.
broader.
Edit.
We have a broader reach.
With telemedicine, I'd like us to be everywhere. I'd like to be a Shield Bearer, either affiliated or aligned ministry with us in every city in the country. And with telemedicine, you can be international now. We could be helping people, providing services, therapy over the internet, or training sessions and so on. One of the other things that we haven't mentioned is our desire to help create and build strong Christian therapists out in the community. So we've aligned ourselves with different programs like Sam Houston State and some with UT and other schools that have their licensed professional counselors or licensed social workers or whatever. They can come intern at Shield Bearer and they get the training they need, and hopefully we keep them. If not, we turn them out to the community
We're
and
training
get to work.
another generation of
Right.
helpers.
Right.
So that's a lovely thing too.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But the vision, be everywhere, and there's so much need. And we do cover and take care of a lot of different mental health issues, from family to individuals to children, to human trafficking, like you said, trauma and so on. So the need is
immense.
beyond us.
Beyond.
It's beyond all the therapists that exist, really.
Right.
We need more. We need more support so we can grow. And you want to grow in the right way, but the need is enormous. And so we want to be everywhere.
Yeah, one of the things I think that is so special, though, about Shield Bearer is that Shield Bearer really tries to eliminate the barriers for people in getting help.
Right.
Be it financial, stigma,
Right.
variety of things.
Well,
And
doesn't Harris County we're like one of their first referrals?
we are.
We are, and we're a center of excellence for human traffic victims. We don't do the rescuing. We just we counsel them and help them. And as you can imagine, it's a longer counseling process and therapy process. But we work with them as well. But
We do take insurance, which is wonderful.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
so
we
great.
also offer a sliding scale for anyone who, regardless of ability to
we'll
pay.
take insurance. Now we like the full fee because it helps pay the bills. But at the end of the day, if you can only pay $5, we will take them.
Get the help.
We
you
will
need.
not turn anyone away for money.
Right. And we have group therapies too, like grief counseling and divorce.
Divorce,
support.
Support
groups and things like
a
that.
lot of groups, yeah. Right now during this time of COVID, those are not happening.
Virtual, but yeah.
As much. But they will go back to normal soon.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite story about Shield Bearer to share or anything?
Besides keeping the doors open.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite stories. Yeah.
Man, there's so many.
I think there was a human traffic victim who had, I don't remember all the exact details, but she had been in human trafficking since she was a young girl, and she was now, I think, an adult, 18, 19 years of age, and she was rescued. And then we worked with her for well over a year. And, it turned out she had a great success story. I mean, she ended up going to college, was enrolled locally at local university, and was living out on her own. She and there's others that could probably tell this story better, and she had for the first time had her own checkbook.
Yes.
It was like, this is mine, and I signed my name on something that's
just
mine.
Self-sufficiency, healing.
Amazing.
Coming full circle.
We can't relate. I can't relate to that,
No.
and it's just to I mean, she was free.
She was free.
She now has life, and we were a part of that. We were part of, helping her get there. And
that's huge.
That makes you want to just keep working, just keep, helping people like that.
Making sure our doors don't close. And just everyday things like, friends or people, or people we meet at when, galas used to be in person.
Right.
And that's coming up, by the way.
Yes.
Hello, we're here. And I know, right? But just, thank you. Wow, went to counseling, saved our marriage, or really helped us be friends again, or, really helped us communicate with our kids, or I really found out a lot about myself, so just everyday stories too. I mean, those are huge. Those are just as huge as in sex trafficking, which, in its own right. So it's just amazing. Just, otherwise that, I have a particular friend I'm thinking about that, she was in between jobs a lot, and she, had several adult children pass away very close together, and just a lot of trauma in their family. And, she just needed somewhere to go to, for
absolutely,
to vent, to, have some tools in her toolbox to reach in, and, just everyday life that, what Satan's throwing at us is pretty big every day. And we can get stuck on those lies that we believe about ourselves. And, Shield Bearer is, a beacon of light. So.
Amy brings up a good point. We tend to focus on the really bad stories and the most traumatic situations, and that's great. We're there for that. We want to be there for that. But all of us are dragging a bag of junk behind us, and all of us have issues. And Shield Bearer is a place for anyone to come for your help, whatever it is. And whatever you're dealing with, that's the most important thing. That is the most traumatic for you in your life. And, as a society, we kind of, we don't talk about mental health. No. We don't talk about these things. It's kind of embarrassing. And it shouldn't be.
No.
If you need help, go get help. And of course, we recommend Shield Bearer. Go to Shield Bearer because we are there for you. We're a group of people who love you and want to help you, and we're determined to help you. So get the help you need. Don't. You said it earlier. Don't sit behind your closed doors, in your house and suffer silently.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing.
And we have the best. From executive director to the people who greet you at the door, the intake, on the phone.
The kindest people, and
just the compassion.
Really compassionate, competent.
And like you just reiterate, we're all going through something.
Yes.
We all doesn't, so.
For sure. It's the test of life.
Yes. Yeah. So it's amazing to see just what God has done and what He's doing, and
15
especially
years is amazing.
It is, and especially in 2020, the crazy year. But there can be so many blessings too.
Yes.
We don't have to focus, just like every day. We don't have to focus on the negative.
No.
We can do this together for sure.
gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you
Appreciate
so
your
much.
time.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing.
Yeah,
We're
thank you.
thankful,
Appreciate it.
blessed.